to Fulfillment Key. Today we're going to talk about a stock which is honestly an awesome pick that I believe you guys should hold. And if you guys have always been interested in growth stocks or dividends or a combination of both, you're in the right place. So remember, always like, comment, and subscribe. But let's get right into it with no time to delay. So you're probably asking, like you always do, what are these stocks and what are these securities that we're looking at? And today we're going to be looking at BST and BSTZ, both of which are prospective trusts for a science and technology fund that is created by Blackrock, which is a great company that makes a lot of good ETFs and closed-end funds and mutual funds. Solid company. But as you can see, year-over-year performance for the first version of the trust was 95.66%, which is a lot for 1 year. Because if you compare that to SPY, you would have had about 55% of the same return had you invested in the normal index or a similar index fund from Vanguard or something else similar. However, if you look at the trust number 2, it's 86%, which neither of these include the distributions from the dividends, which if you had locked in down at the most, not the lowest point of the COVID pandemic crash, but around April to May when it started recovering, you still would have locked in a 7 to 8% yield on a security that had gone up 100% in a year, making your essentially annual return about 107% had you reinvested those dividends. But of course, you can decide whatever you want to do with your own distributions. Not recommending that you do reinvest them, although that's generally recommended. But anyway, let's get straight to the distributions. So the distributions for BST have increased twice from the last year, which is honestly insane to see for a closed-end fund security, because a lot of these securities generally just return. They're focused on returning income instead of returning increasing amounts of income over time. Generally, it stays about the same. But this fund has increased from 13 cents when they first were incepted to about 22 cents per share, which it is at right now, which is honestly a lot. So knowing that, obviously, we're going to get into where these distributions are coming from, because a fund increasing their distributions with not knowing what's happening on the back end is generally not a good idea. But as you can see here, the second trust also had its distributions increased, generally because both of these funds follow a similar structure. They just hold separate securities in their top holdings, which I'm also going to get into later. But as you can see, both of the funds have had their distributions increased, which is always a good thing to see, as long as you know where it's coming from. As always, like I say, subscribe if you guys are enjoying the video and you guys are learning a lot of stuff. As always, I like to interact with you guys in the comments. If you guys have questions about the stocks, securities, closed-end funds, distribution income, or anything else similar that's related to finance, I'd be happy to answer it and give you guys my due diligence. But on to the distributions for the second trust, which is BSTZ. Now, it's always important to see a fund's distributions if they are a closed-end security. Like I said earlier, it's always good to know in general where your distributions are coming from if you hold a fund of securities. Generally, if it's a stock, you'll obviously know where it's coming from. It's coming from the income. If you hold McDonald's, it's coming from the income of the franchises of McDonald's, brand partnerships, or not brand partnerships, but essentially the franchising. But however, with funds, it's different because they're returning the distributions from the securities that they hold, or they will give you distributions from long-term capital gains or short-term capital gains. So let's look here. You can see that most of the income for this fund comes from long-term gains. And a lot of it doesn't say that. It just says income. So that would be the income that they made from their securities. But they will generally also use return of capital. Now, if a fund solely uses return of capital, that is when you should be concerned. But this fund hasn't always used return of capital. It has used it in moderation in order to juice up the returns and not have to cut distributions. Now, let's look at the institutional holdings for this fund. You're probably wondering, why are you looking at the institutional holdings? And I'm going to tell you, because it's smart to look where smart money goes. So if you see that a lot of funds are increasing their positions in a certain security, it probably means you should be getting into that security, although it's important to see when they're getting into the security, because you don't want to be late to the bag or be left bag holding. However, if you can see, 17% of BSTZ is institutional ownership, and 47 of the people who are already holding, the funds that were already holding the security, have increased their amount of positions, which is honestly a lot. I mean, it's more than people are just decreasing, which is good to know. And as you can see, the new and sold out positions part, that's also important. 21 of the people holding the security increased their positions, and 8 of them sold out of their positions. So now we're going to get into BST, which is the first trust. The other one was the second trust. And you can see the list of holdings here I have. It'll show you Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Raymond James, Bank of America, Raymond James, UBS, and Royal Bank of Canada. Essentially, these are all of the companies that are holding on to the BST stock, essentially, the security. And you can see the distributions, which it'll show you in the cash amounts. Also, generally increasing over time from 13 cents to 22 cents. And 21% institutional ownership, which is generally really good to know, because if, like I said, the smart money is going there, you know that the smart money knows what they're doing. So you want to follow that trajectory. But like I said, good fund, lots of very big corporations holding it in the financial sector, and increasing distributions, and 100% return over the last year. And if you guys wanted to know the holdings, which is always important, we have C3AI, Tesla, Farfetch, Square, Twilio, Snapchat, a lot of these big tech companies. And then we also have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, C3AI, Square, Twilio in the first trust. The one on the left is the second trust, but both of these trusts combined can give you a very good return of around 30 to 40% a year, including the 5 to 6% distribution on the cost of the fund. So as always, if you guys enjoy the video, remember to subscribe, like, and comment, and remember to stay invested. Time in the market beats timing the market. That's all. Have a good one.